Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in again today. I hope everyone is doing well. In this video, I want to give you some tips on choosing bands. As some of you know, I'm starting to use elastics and bands again in this very final stages of my braces. I have worn braces for over 2 years, 2 years and 8 months. I started 2019 in August and I've got 2 extractions, and now I'm just really working on leveling this because it's kind of like slanting down. My lower teeth are slanting down. So one of the things that the orthodontist wanted me to do was wear elastics. So I want to show you 3 types of elastics that I've learned to use. One is normally they would give me a latex elastic, and then I realized that when I was using the latex, I didn't know that it's causing my canker sores. So I keep having a canker breakout in the early stages when I was using bands. So when I told the orthodontist or the assistants about that, one of them was smart enough to say, maybe you're not going well with the latex, so let's try a non-latex band. So then they gave me the latex-free bands, and that worked well. To be honest, I think the latex is a lot stronger. It doesn't snap so much, whereas the non-latex snaps a lot, but I don't get the canker sores. And then the other one is it's also a non-latex, but this time when they gave me this, it started snapping so much. And I couldn't figure it out until I checked the package. So the one that doesn't snap a lot, it would stay while I'm sleeping, and then the following morning when I wake up, is that it's heavy. It says heavy and it's 4.8 millimeters. Whereas the one that they gave me recently that snaps a lot, is the weight is only 3.5. 3.5. Whereas this one, so the weight is 3.5 ounces, and this one is 6.5 ounces. So it's double the weight, and then the heavy is 4.8 millimeters, and this one doesn't really say how heavy it is. And then the latex is the same thing, so it says 5 ounces weight. The non-latex that is really thick and doesn't snap even if I eat, is the weight is 6 ounces, and the heavy weight, I guess that's the weight, is 4.8 millimeters. So my advice to you is, when you go to your orthodontist and they start giving you bands and then you realize that they're snapping, you can tell them, give me the thickest band, the strongest band. Don't just give me any band. It is not the reason I believe that the non-latex, they say it snaps a lot, is because it's very thin. Probably the one that they're giving you is very thin. So always check the width and the thickness of the bands that they're giving you. If you started having canker sores when you're wearing the bands, and for instance I'm wearing it here, and earlier when I did not tell them about the canker sores and the band connection, I would always have a canker sore here or here, and I thought it's because the band was catching my skin and it's opening it up. No, you may be allergic to latex inside your mouth. So just tell your orthodontist and your assistant about that, and then try the latex free band. Okay, so in summary, here are my tips. Number 1, make sure that you ask for the thicker band or elastic. Look at the weight and the higher the weight, or the thicker the weight or heaviness, the higher the millimeter is. That means the more thick it is, and then the most likely that it will stay and will not snap. Number 2, when you start wearing your bands and you start having canker sores, notify your orthodontist or your assistants right away and tell them, can you give me non-latex bands or latex-free bands that are heavy and very thick. And then number 3, the bands really work when they're very tight. So even if they don't snap, you want them tight all the time because you're trying to correct your bite. So the moment you feel like it's a bit looser than when you first put them on, then I would suggest that you change your band. I will show you how I put my band. Ideally I have a hook, and again, you don't have to buy this. You can ask your orthodontist office to give you several hooks. And what I try to do is I put hooks within the bags so that if I grab a bag when I'm traveling, there's a hook inside. So normally they would give me like 3 or 4 or 5. Sometimes I'll just say, give me a few, and then I put them in the bag. Okay, so here's how I put it on. Get the band, and I do this, and I press this and this. So I do it. Now, if you don't have the hook, the secret is you just, let's do it. So for instance, if I don't have the hook, I want to make sure that I'm pressing here, starting in the arrow and doing that. It's just easier for me to press from the top, pull downward, and then the farthest, hook at the farthest, and then pull in front, instead of me starting from the bottom and going to the top. So you'll find the easiest way for you. You just want to make sure that that is on the right bracket. That's another thing I want to tell you. Always tell your assistants or your doctor to mark the plastic. So in this case, it's marking, so I don't forget that this is the latest marking that they want for me, where they want the bands. In the last visit, they had me do this and this. So I just remember it and then use, I've had some extra very thick bands left, and so I use them. There you have it. I hope this helps, and I hope that you are, if you are wearing braces and bands, that this information helped you. And thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Meantime, may all your dreams come true, and then happy, 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 happy life to everyone. Bye.